First opened in 2017, there's a look at the beautiful state-of-the-art Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, GA. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Austin Bats and the Atlanta Falcons. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with James Conner. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2, now Haskins. Caught by Sanu. And out across midfield down to the 45. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 45-yard line.
First down, Austin.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
45.
Now Haskins on first down. It's caught by Aguilar. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, how are you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
First down.
On first down, it's Haskins. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Tech McKinley made his way into the backfield.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Here's Haskins. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. And Zerline's kick is good. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 22.
49, check 49. Wait. 6 guys, check 6 guys. Safe. Check, crunch. 21.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Let's get out the field, defense.
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Defense taking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6.
Strong left. That's what I do. Everybody, Mike 20. Hey, 59, ready. Hey, Mike 20. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Ready, set.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he will have a touchdown.
Finish strong.
3rd down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10.
Hey, 59, ready.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
65.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Flush to his right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
On 3rd down, Ryan into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. On 2nd down now. It's Connor, and he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Good job, D. Good job.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9. the 11-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go.
45.
Now they'll look to Haskins to throw it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Brashad Perriman, but now it'll be 3rd down.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass, excellent job. Way to knock it down.
Now Haskins to throw it. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. It was Desmond Trufant right there, step for step in coverage. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Check 13. 51.
Ryan gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. Taken in at the 11. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And that will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Watch 54. Here we go.
On 2nd down, here's Haskins. He finds his target. It's Evans. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a 1st down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. Completes it to Aguilar. 12 more yards there and another first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now it's Haskins. This complete left side to Aguilar. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Haskins now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Throwing now, Haskins on first down. He'll take a shot for the end zone, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there.
He lets this one fly toward the... And it's caught. Touchdown. Nelson Aguilar. His first touchdown of the new season. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
We know, but well, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Bryant's extra point up and good, and that cuts this lead down to 13. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 17-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now Howard. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
From the 41, Haskins. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath. after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains. From the gun, a give to Connor. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Not your normal call in short yardage, but the toss works very well there. Big people out in front, being physical, and they pick up a 1st down.
Now Haskins. Looking left sideline, it's complete. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. Haskins now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. Here's Haskins to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Oh, here we go. Oh. 45.
2nd and 10. Here's Haskins again. Dancing, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the 1st half of play.
Check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. I got you, boy. I got you, boy. Check 45 to Mike. Check 45.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Haskins. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the right hash, this from 33. Zerline's kick is up and through, and that will swell the lead to 16. So a capper there to a pretty good 1st half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
3rd quarter starts with a run by Freeman. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Mike 20, Mike 20. Hey, me and you all day. All day.
On 2nd and 12, Ryan. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the 1st.
Go. Mike 20. Mike, go.
On 1st down, Ryan. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards that time. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Ryan will throw again. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
Watch the shift. 58. Space. Mike 20. Buzz.
Now Ryan. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
3rd and long. It's Ryan. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them. I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game because you can. It's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
Oh, you got deep.
They go play action with Haskins. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Tack McKinley able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. And now whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Now Haskins down around his goal line. Airing this one up into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Matchbox lights.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 28-yard line.
57. Mike, got it. Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get
on 2nd and 9. Ryan, this one caught by Ridley. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Got it. Hey, Rickland. 57. Hey, high 7.
Here's Ryan. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
You got 4. Hey, check 10. Check 24. Check. Quickstone, travel. Watch twins. Watch twins. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
They'll run for it. It's Freeman. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
57 to mark. 57.
They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. And this is going to be intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. On 1st down, Connor going to be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Allen Bailey in on the stop. The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Haskins will throw. And this one brought in by Sanu.
The 2nd down pass. Complete to Mohamed Sanu. It's a gain of 4.
Back now in Atlanta, as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. The offense on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Third down. Here's Haskins. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 32 that time.
And in Austin, 1st down.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. That's complete to his running back, Connor. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. I don't want to make a story where there's not one, but he threw the 3 interceptions last week. Looked a little uncomfortable. He looks much more comfortable today.
Yeah, just 1 pick so far, and his team leads. So now they can play complementary football, meaning if he takes care of the ball and his offense, if they're humming along, the defense doesn't have to be out there as well. He's taking care of his guys on the other side of the ball.
They're enjoying a 4th quarter advantage. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Now Haskins on 1st down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. It was Ricardo Allen there on the coverage.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. 2nd and 10 now. Haskins. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Takk McKinley getting him once again his third sack of the afternoon. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Now Haskins, third and long. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown. Mike Evans, his first touchdown of the new season. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see, do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
The tackle there by Mark Barron. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The Falcons on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 8.
Guys. Everybody, Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Watch twist. Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20. Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
Ryan. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Mike's 56. Here we go.
The Falcons will go for it. It's Ryan. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Here we go.
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Takk McKinley. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Another try after the first down sack. Haskins. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and forever. Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. He's airing it out for Sanu. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Now Ryan. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. From the shotgun, Ryan. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 28. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine?
And oh, he coughed it up. And it's a defensive return for a late touchdown. So they still need somewhat of a miracle here, but at least that gets them a little bit closer.
I'm glad we were paying attention during the rules seminar, because we learned the only time you can't advance a fumble like that is in the last 2 minutes of either half.
Right. Other than that, if that ball's out, whether forward or backwards, it's live and free for anybody.
No doubt about it. When you say free, that means he's got free reign to pick it up and go. And that's exactly what happened there. Took it in for a touchdown.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First down and 10. At their own 22-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be... And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Ryan now 8 of 6. And Freeman lost the football, and the defense has come up with it.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of prep.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 26, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go! First and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. He's going to let it fly. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you can just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.
So for our visitors, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again.